Hello, Zenith Women, and welcome to the channel. Respect isn't given, it's commanded in silence. Ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift, like everyone's attention was pulled toward one person, even though they didn't say a word? That's the silent force of a Sigma female. She doesn't need to prove anything because her mere presence demands it. In a world obsessed with loud voices and constant validation, Sigma females stand apart without even trying. Here's a fact that might surprise you. People respect confidence, but they fear the kind of confidence that doesn't need to announce itself. And that's exactly what makes Sigma females different. They don't chase respect, they attract it. It's almost unfair. While others are out here hustling for approval, she's out here just existing, and people can't help but take notice. And hey, the irony? The less she cares about what people think, the more they care about her. Funny how the universe works, huh? Number 1. Presence that speaks before they do. A Sigma female's presence alone can shift the energy in any room without her even having to say a word. It's not about what she wears, how she looks, or whether she's loud and outgoing. Her power comes from something deeper, her confidence, her aura, her self-assuredness. When she walks into a room, people notice, not because she's trying to stand out, but because she carries herself with a quiet authority that draws attention naturally. Her body language speaks volumes before she even opens her mouth. The way she stands, moves, and holds herself tells you she knows exactly who she is and what she's about. She doesn't fidget or seek approval through nervous habits. Everything about her presence exudes calm control, and that's what commands respect. People often talk about owning the room, but for the Sigma female, it's more like the room bends to her energy. It's not forced, it just happens. What's even more intriguing is that she's not doing any of this intentionally. She's not playing games or trying to manipulate how people see her. Her confidence is so deeply embedded that it's almost subconscious. People are drawn to her because they can sense that she doesn't need them. She doesn't crave their validation or attention, which makes them want to give it to her even more. There's a natural magnetism in the way she carries herself that makes others respect her without even knowing why. This ability to command respect through mere presence is something few people have. It's not about being the loudest or the flashiest. It's about having a level of self-assurance that makes everyone else sit up and take notice, even when you're just quietly standing in the corner. Number 2. An unflinching ability to walk away. A Sigma female's ability to walk away without hesitation is one of her most powerful traits. She doesn't stay in situations, relationships, or environments that don't align with her values or serve her well. This isn't out of coldness or cruelty. It's because she understands her worth. When something isn't right, she's not afraid to leave, and this fearlessness earns her a deep level of respect from others. Most people stay in uncomfortable situations out of fear. Fear of being alone, fear of missing out, fear of what others will think. The Sigma female doesn't operate that way. She's completely comfortable with herself, so she doesn't need to cling to anything or anyone that isn't good for her. This ability to walk away sends a clear message. She's not here to play games or compromise her standards. If you don't bring something real to the table, she's perfectly fine moving on. This unflinching ability to cut ties isn't about being heartless. In fact, it often catches people off guard because they expect her to need them as much as they need her. But when she walks away, it's usually because she's seen through the nonsense and knows her time is too valuable to waste. That level of clarity and self-respect is rare, and people respect it even if they don't always like it. What's most striking is that she does it without drama. She doesn't need to explain herself or cause a scene. When she decides to walk, she does it with grace and confidence, leaving others to wonder how she became so unbothered. This calm detachment is what truly sets her apart. It's not just the act of leaving, it's the fact that she does it without second-guessing herself and that leaves a lasting impact on everyone around her. Number 3. Unaffected by gossip and drama. Sigma females have a remarkable ability to rise above gossip and drama, and this alone makes them stand out. While most people are drawn into petty conflicts, rumors, and social chaos, Sigma females couldn't care less. They simply don't engage in it. They're not the type to get involved in the back and forth of who said what, because they know it's a waste of energy. This refusal to participate in trivial nonsense is what makes people respect them even more. Gossip thrives on attention. It feeds on people who are desperate to be in the loop, to have something to say or react to, but Sigma females see right through it. They're not impressed by the drama that swirls around them, and they certainly don't need to be part of it to feel validated. When others are busy getting caught up in meaningless chatter, Sigma females are focused on their goals, ambitions, and higher pursuits. Their ability to keep their head above the noise shows they value their peace of mind far more than fitting in with the crowd. This detachment from drama also makes them impossible to manipulate. People often use gossip as a tool to control or influence others, but you can't control someone who doesn't care. Sigma females won't be pulled into arguments or made to pick sides in social disputes. Their distance from these situations frustrates people who thrive on stirring the pot because they know they can't get to her. It's not just that Sigma females don't have time for gossip, they see it as beneath them. They refuse to let anyone pull them down into the chaos, and this calm, grounded approach to life earns them a respect that goes far beyond words. People see their focus, and they admire the fact that no amount of drama can shake them. Number 4. The power of not caring. Sigma females have mastered the art of not caring what others think, and that's exactly why people can't stop thinking about them. It's like the less she seeks approval, the more everyone around her craves her attention. In a world where most people are constantly checking to see if they're being liked, followed, or praised, the Sigma female stands apart, entirely indifferent. She doesn't care about fitting into social expectations or being liked, and this unbothered attitude is incredibly powerful. Her detachment from the opinions of others makes people respect her even more. It's as if her refusal to play the validation game forces everyone else to question why they're so caught up in it. Most people are desperate for validation and go out of their way to be seen, but not her. Her value doesn't come from what others say about her. It comes from within. That's a level of confidence that makes people uncomfortable, yet deeply intrigued. This level of self-assurance also intimidates those who rely on control or manipulation to get respect. Since she doesn't care about winning anyone over, she can't be easily influenced or swayed. The power in that is undeniable. She's not trying to be mysterious or difficult, she simply doesn't see the need to bend for anyone. Her freedom from needing external approval makes her unshakable. And that's where true respect comes from. People can sense that she can walk away at any moment and still be completely fine. In the end, the Sigma female's ability to not care isn't just liberating for her. It's also a reminder to others of what real self-respect looks like. It's effortless, unpretentious, and deeply magnetic, even though she's not even trying. Number 5. They speak only when necessary. Sigma females have mastered the art of speaking only when necessary, and that makes every word they say hit harder. Unlike most people who feel the need to fill silence with chatter, they choose their words carefully. They don't waste time on pointless conversations or try to impress people with constant talking. This makes their presence even more powerful, because when they finally do speak, people listen. It's not about being shy or reserved. Sigma females are confident enough to let silence do the work for them. They understand that not every situation requires a response, and sometimes silence is more commanding than words. When others are rushing to make their point or compete for attention, she sits back and observes. This makes her seem more thoughtful and strategic, as if she's always a step ahead of the conversation. People are left wondering what's going on in her mind, which only adds to her mystique. The truth is, when you're not constantly talking, you give your words more value. Sigma females know that if they only speak when they have something important to say, people will pay attention. This selective communication also means they avoid unnecessary drama and misunderstandings. They don't get caught up in trivial arguments or feel the need to prove themselves verbally. Their silence speaks for itself, and it carries more weight than any amount of talking could. This makes them stand out in a world full of noise. While others are busy talking over each other, The Sigma female remains calm, observing everything and saying little. But when she does speak, her words cut through the noise with clarity and purpose. People respect her for that, knowing that when she speaks, it's worth listening to. Number 6. Unshakable self-worth. Sigma females have an unshakable sense of self-worth that you just can't ignore. It's not the kind of self-worth that needs to be broadcasted or bragged about. It's simply there, steady and solid, like an anchor. They walk into any space knowing exactly who they are. And that kind of confidence can make everyone around them sit up and take notice. The funny thing is, they don't even care if anyone's noticing. They're not in it for the attention, but somehow they always get it. People respect those who have a strong sense of self because deep down, most are struggling with their own insecurities. It's refreshing and honestly a little intimidating to see someone who isn't constantly questioning their value. Sigma females don't rely on compliments, likes, or external validation to feel good about themselves. If anything, they see that as a bonus, not a necessity. It's like having an internal "I'm good enough" button that no one else has control over. But the humor in all this, the harder people try to break them down, the more it backfires. You can't tear down someone who's built from within. Criticism doesn't faze them, and attempts to belittle them are just met with an amused shrug, as if they're thinking, "Is that all you've got?" This level of self-worth is bulletproof. When you know your value, you're not swayed by opinions or judgments. This quiet, rock-solid confidence makes people respect Sigma females without even trying. They don't demand it, and yet it comes naturally, because everyone can sense that nothing you say or do can shake someone who knows their worth. It's like they're playing a completely different game, one where they already won, and that's a game people can't help but respect. Number 7. Mastery of silence. Sigma females have mastered the art of silence, and it's one of their most powerful tools. While others feel the need to constantly speak up to be noticed, a Sigma female knows that sometimes the most impactful thing you can say is nothing at all. Their ability to stay calm, composed, and quiet in moments when others would rush to fill the space speaks volumes. It's like their silence is louder than any words ever could be, drawing attention to them in a way that's almost magnetic. What makes this so effective is that people are used to noise. In a world where everyone is competing to be heard, whether it's through talking over each other or filling conversations with meaningless chatter, Sigma females stand apart simply by choosing not to engage in that race. Their silence forces others to stop and take notice. It's a strategic silence that shows they're not there to waste their words on things that don't matter. When they finally do speak, their words carry more weight because of it. This mastery of silence also creates a sense of mystery around them. People are curious about what they're thinking because they don't give everything away. That curiosity draws others in, making them pay more attention to the Sigma female than they would to someone who's constantly talking. Boisterous people may demand attention, but a Sigma commands it without even trying. Their silence becomes a form of presence, something that makes them stand out even in a crowded room. It's this quiet confidence that makes people respect them. They don't need to raise their voice or make a scene to be heard. They've mastered the art of saying more with less, and that's something most people never quite figure out. Number 8. An aura of mystery. Sigma females possess an undeniable aura of mystery that makes them incredibly captivating. They have an uncanny ability to keep things close to the vest, sharing just enough to keep people guessing while leaving a tantalizing gap for curiosity to fill. This isn't a calculated strategy. It's simply part of who they are. They don't feel the need to overshare or explain themselves, which only adds to their enigmatic charm. When others are busy laying out their lives like an open book, Sigma females prefer to be the book that people can't quite finish. This restraint creates an air of intrigue that draws people in. It's as if they're saying, "There's so much more beneath the surface, but you'll have to figure it out for yourself." And let's be honest, who doesn't love a good mystery? People are naturally wired to seek out the unknown, and when someone appears to have layers waiting to be uncovered, it creates an irresistible magnetism. This mystery isn't about playing games, it's a reflection of their self-assured nature. Sigma females understand that their value isn't in how much they share, but in the depth of their character. They don't need validation through constant dialogue or approval from others. Instead, they let their actions and presence speak for themselves. Moreover, this enigmatic quality keeps people intrigued and engaged. Instead of getting bored with the predictable, they find themselves wanting to know more about the Sigma female. What are her thoughts? What drives her? This creates a dynamic interaction where people feel compelled to ask questions and dive deeper, often leading to more meaningful conversations. Ultimately, the aura of mystery surrounding Sigma females serves as a protective barrier. It keeps superficial connections at bay while inviting those genuinely interested in discovering the real person beneath the surface. In a world where everyone is clamoring for attention, they stand out by simply being themselves, making their mystery one of their greatest strengths. Number 9. Zero need for social approval. Sigma females exude a unique magnetism that stems from their complete lack of need for social approval. In a world obsessed with likes, follows, and validation, they stand out by not chasing after anyone's opinion. This nonchalance towards what others think is incredibly powerful. It's almost like they've cracked the code to social dynamics. When you stop seeking approval, respect flows naturally toward you. While many people scramble to fit into molds created by societal expectations, Sigma females reject that notion entirely. They embrace who they are without apology, which makes them refreshing to be around. This authenticity acts like a beacon, attracting those who are often caught in the exhausting cycle of trying to please others. When someone sees a Sigma female confidently navigating life without concern for societal norms, it sparks a desire to be more like her. People are naturally drawn to those who radiate self-assuredness because it challenges them to question their own reliance on external validation. This attitude of indifference towards social approval creates an intriguing dynamic. Those who are used to begging for attention or molding themselves to fit in can't help but admire Sigma females. It's like watching a performance where the lead actress doesn't care whether the audience applauds or not. This confidence is magnetic. It compels others to pay attention and respect her space because she's not trying to win them over. They recognize that Sigma females are operating on a different level, one where their self-worth isn't dictated by the whims of others. Moreover, this lack of desperation for approval leads to genuine connections. Sigma females engage with people based on mutual interests rather than the need for validation. This creates a more authentic atmosphere where relationships are built on substance rather than superficiality. Ultimately, when you're not chasing after approval, you command respect effortlessly, leaving others in awe of your ability to navigate the social landscape with grace and authenticity. Number 10. Calculated emotional detachment. Sigma females have a remarkable knack for calculated emotional detachment, which sets them apart in a world where emotions often run high. While others might find themselves caught up in a whirlwind of feelings, like that one friend who bursts into tears during a commercial, Sigma females stand cool as cucumbers. They understand that emotions can be like a double-edged sword, powerful yet dangerously manipulatable. So instead of letting their emotions dictate their actions, they keep a level head, almost like they're playing chess while everyone else is stuck in a game of checkers. Picture this. Someone is having a meltdown over a spilled drink at a party. While most people are scrambling to offer comfort or join in the drama, the Sigma female calmly assesses the situation, perhaps raising an eyebrow or stifling a laugh. Is this a major life crisis or just a case of poor aim, she might think, mentally filing the episode under things I won't lose sleep over. It's this ability to remain detached that commands respect. Others can't help but admire how she can keep her composure when everything around her feels like a soap opera. This calculated emotional detachment doesn't mean Sigma females lack feelings. It means they're smart about where and when they invest their emotional energy. They choose their battles wisely, knowing that not every situation deserves an emotional response. While the world may expect dramatic reactions, they offer a calm, collected presence that's refreshing. People often look to them for guidance in chaotic situations, instinctively knowing that their emotional intelligence allows them to navigate the mess with grace. In a society where emotional outbursts often get the spotlight, the Sigma female's quiet strength becomes a beacon of stability. Her ability to remain unfazed in the heat of the moment is not just impressive, it's practically superhero level. After all, who wouldn't respect someone who can keep their cool while others are spiraling into melodrama? In the end, this calculated emotional detachment is a power move, earning them the respect of those who may still be scrambling to figure out how to deal with a simple spilled drink. In a world where the loudest voices often drown out the quiet wisdom, Sigma females stand as a testament to the power of subtlety and self-assurance. Their unshakable self-worth, mastery of silence, and calculated emotional detachment create an aura that commands respect without demanding it. They understand that true strength lies not in the need for social approval or the urge to over-explain themselves, but in the confidence to simply be. Sigma females navigate life with a grace that turns heads and opens eyes, drawing in those who are captivated by their authenticity. Their ability to keep their emotions in check allows them to rise above chaos, making them not just respected figures, but also sought-after allies in the tumult of everyday life. They teach us that respect isn't something to be chased. It's a natural byproduct of living authentically and embracing our true selves. Ultimately, Sigma females embody a rare blend of strength, intelligence, and mystery that keeps people intrigued. They are living proof that you don't have to shout to be heard or conform to societal expectations to be valued. Their presence alone is a quiet revolution, inspiring others to step back, reassess their own relationships with self-worth, and perhaps even learn a thing or two about the beauty of emotional resilience. As they continue to walk their path, they remind us all that sometimes the most powerful statements are made in silence, and the most magnetic presences are those who don't need to chase after approval. If you've enjoyed exploring the fascinating world of Sigma females and their unique qualities, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Join our community for empowering content that challenges the status quo and celebrates individuality. Your support helps us grow and share even more captivating insights. So, go ahead, subscribe, and let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and bye.